The International Labour Organisation and the International Trade Union Confederation have recently concluded a pilot writing contest for the Latin American region, Positive Workers' Right. We want to share with some of the excerpts from the stories their experiences with you. They often talk about the drama of being diagnosed with HIV, the discrimination in the workplace, and yet the hope and optimism that they feel as well. The very moment I was diagnosed with HIV positive, I felt as if I'd entered a labyrinth and was being chased by a flesh-eating monster. At that time, the illness had started to weaken me. It was during this time that my employment contract was terminated, a decision I accepted, thinking that they were within their rights. Shocking, yes, but then a part of a poem. I got the impression that the sun would never come out again. My work, my only substance, ended. Difficult times surrounded me. But the stories are also filled with hope. The principal of one of the schools often announced with a certain pride that a social worker at her school had HIV and that she speaks about it to people normally. Biology teachers invite me to take part in their sex education classes. I remember a mother who appeared with her son, hoping to find a place to leave him. On seeing the people working, they said, "We are still alive." Sometime later, she called us to let us know that her son had started working with a company and was getting back to living a normal life. Or I remember the woman possessed by a terrible fear of losing her job, to the point that she developed a persecution complex. With love and dedication, she learned about HIV, her rights, and the importance of starting ARV treatment. She is now an example of success in her company. Then again, the consolation can come from different angles, sometimes directly from work. One story talks about a teacher working with disabled children who came to work with his hand shaking after finding out the result of his HIV/AIDS test. At that moment, Daniel, the child, stopped turning. Aged just 6 and trapped in a world he refused to leave, the boy went towards his teacher, the man that had with such firmness and affection taught him so many things. At his young age, he was able to understand that something was different. He could see the teacher's face, the signs that he was not well. His eyes were teary, his throat was groaning, and his usual smile had disappeared. In spite of how difficult the gesture was for him, he went to the teacher and hugged him. Then again, we can cite another excerpt from one of the stories. As activists, we can change the well-known saying, "Business has no heart." If we try to create friendly working environments within companies, this would help society rapidly evolve towards valuing and respecting diversity, humanity's greatest treasure. And let me finish with another excerpt from the poem, I radiate strength. I radiate strength in work, but above all, in my support for others. These are inspirational stories. We wanted to share just a taste of them with you. I hope you'll read them and recognise that these workers deserve our support.